All right, we'll go ahead and start the regular council meeting with the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have roll call.
Dan Pillow.
Here.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Here.
Nixon-Byess.
Here.
Ann Pillow.
Here.
Al Glick.
Here.
Pam Jackson.
Here. All right, whenever you're ready, we'll start with clerk's
You
report.
received a packet of minutes from April the 1st.
I'll make a motion except for the minutes from April the 1st, 2024.
motion. Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Kathy Byess. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Yay.
Kathy Byess.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Al Glick.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then you have pay ordinance 4C for biweekly payroll, which was paid on April the 5th. Dispersed from the general fund, $10,270.84. From the sewer fund, $1,476 even. From the water fund, $1,531.35, for a combined total of $13,278.19.
I'll make a motion to approve 4C 2024.
Motion by Pam Jackson, seconded by Al Glick. Any discussions? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yeah.
Dan Pillow.
Yeah. Mayor, I'm just trying to catch up with overtime. Just want to make sure that, that we're not getting overrun by overtime. And I don't know if anybody else noticed that or needed to talk about that or not. We just, I know we talk about it every meeting, but we don't have anything to go on.
Maybe this one day, Saturday.
Yes, anywhere it's Saturday or something.
There's only the one Saturday.
Oh, it was just that one Saturday, so we knew that was coming up.
I put down how the sheet
That
was
was
turned
probably
in.
because, did you work a Saturday?
Yes, ma'am, I had a car wreck on my way to work on Wednesday, so Chief Timber had me split the hours up, and I worked my last 4 on Saturday.
I think we're talking about the previous week.
Yeah, this is from 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
This
I
would
know
have
he
been
picked up
Easter
He
weekend.
did pick up a Saturday.
Weekend
It
covered
was
Saturday.
Easter egg hunt, was it not? Did I see you on Easter egg hunt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he was there at the Easter egg hunt.
No, he didn't clock in for that.
Mm.
He left from there, clocked in. To cover a shift that's open anyway.
Yeah, I not really, knowing every aspect, every dime or nickel, when I see a lot of overtime show up. I think, I don't know, Mayor, you probably have an understanding with Chief on how council wants overtime to work. Maybe you don't have what council wants to
that's
work.
consistently back and forth because
Uh-huh.
it's either, okay, if we have somebody working and we got open shifts, should we cover them?
I hear you.
And I'm gonna say, with somebody here on the weekends, I've noticed the traffic next door has really slowed down a little bit in the evenings. It's that third shift that when they're off, it gets a little bit busier. So, their presence is
Hopefully,
known,
though, that's
at least
gonna
towards
stop
my
soon.
house it is. So,
Oh, I
It
just
makes a
wanna
big
make sure we
difference.
have an understanding of how council.
Yeah, I thought Hamilton County was covering that on the weekends because we didn't have no weekend coverage except for samples. That's how I took it.
Well, do we want Hamilton County covered or would we like our own officers?
Mhm.
See, that's the conundrum we're
I
always in.
think, Mayor, if I may, I throw stuff towards committees. I think the committees should come together and figure out what they want to present to council, or at least talk about it and come back to council and say, this is how we kind of see how the overtime might work out. And, that's just a suggestion, so we don't deal with this every other meeting, every time we see something like
well,
this.
a couple of his overtime was for grand jury subpoena, which he had to go to. So,
Yeah.
that's 6 hours. He had to be there for that.
Thank you.
And like I said, on the Saturdays that he's covering, the activity during the second shift is really cut down next door, so.
How you doing? Mr. Kelly, good to see you, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing better. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, glad to hear it. But anyway, that's my suggestion. We'll proceed on with having had those observations. Roll call.
Yep. Okay, ready for the vote. Dan Pillow?
Yes, yay.
Jennifer Wiehe?
Yay.
Kathy Byess?
Yay.
Ann Pillow?
Yay.
Al Glick?
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next, you have pay ordinance 4D. This is for monthly salaries dispersed from the general fund, $7,800. From the street construction maintenance repair fund, $405.23. From the water fund, $1,258.82 for a combined total of $9,464.05.
Make a motion to accept ordinance number 4D 2024.
One second.
Motion by Ann Pillar, seconded by Al Glick. Any discussions?
Ready for the vote?
Yep, I guess.
Dan
sorry.
Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You have 4E, and this is for accounts payable. Don't get happy because there's not a whole lot on there. We'll make that up next time. General fund, $2,545.27. State highway fund, $230.62. Water fund, $33.50 for a combined total $2,809.39.
I'll make a motion to accept 4E 2024.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Al Glick, seconded by Kathy Byess. Any discussions? No discussion, we'll vote.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Abstain. Since my name's on it.
You received a copy of the mayor's monthly report, mayor's monthly financial statement as of today, April the 15th. From total collected was $4,823. Sent into the state was $1,103.50 plus $37.50. Total revenue was $5,964. But the total that will go into the village will be $4,823.
Make a motion to accept the mayor's report.
One second.
Motion by Dan Pillar, seconded by Al Glick. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then you received a copy of the Addyston Board of Public Affairs, their draft minutes from their April meeting, their March approved minutes, their April pay docket sheet, and their monthly collection reports for the services billed in February that was collected in the month of March.
That's you want a motion for that?
Oh, yeah, they need to do a motion to either accept or concur with it or not.
I'll make a motion to approve the water board's minutes. Thank you.
One second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, seconded by Al Glick. Is there any discussion?
I just have a, comment, like, the water clerk was off today, but nobody else can take the water bill payments when she's off. Cause I came down this morning to pay my water bill and nobody
Were
could
you
take
paying
it
by credit
by
card?
debit card.
Oh, okay, that would be why.
So Erin's not capable of doing that, or?
She's capable, but she just needs to, like, okay, so Lisa takes hers, this has just been an ongoing thing. She takes hers through her system.
Mhm.
She has the software that goes through her system. You have Erin, which has court system, the
Right.
Baldwin software, which her reader goes into that system.
Can't we use those scanner things in cases like that we used
Yeah,
Yeah,
over for the,
Erin said she would use it, and I asked her.
don't we need a?
We can have it set up through her village
I
cell
thought we
phone.
had to have something
Yeah,
else.
she can take the water payment through using that,
Square
what's
D.
Square D.
Oh, well, that's probably what we should.
So, I mean, can we do it? Yes. I don't know why,
Oh,
I mean, she never said she wouldn't do it, she'll do it.
I mean, yeah.
Actually,
Can we
the
communicate
Square D that we used at the festival, we had it set up on like my village phone and then Lisa's village phone, but we can have it set up on Erin's village phone. And when Erin does take it, that will go right to the village operating account. It won't have anything to do with her mayor's court account. Then on the mayor's court account, I don't know how that would work because that's a different system that goes directly to mayor's court, her account.
Yeah, because that's a
So,
separate account from
yeah.
general fund.
But I don't know, the details
I mean,
of
yes,
that.
she'll take it, she just needs the equipment or whatever to do it.
Yeah. You can get her set up. It wouldn't be that hard.
No, no.
Because you and I
Yes,
played with it.
Do we need a motion to that effect, I guess?
Well, you got a motion on the floor already about the report itself.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Got to finish that one.
well, if there's no more on the report, we'll go ahead and call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Okay.
Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. I'll make a motion that we make sure that Erin has the equipment that she needs to accept
I'll
the
second
payment
that
for the
motion.
water board.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Kathy Byess. Any discussion?
Should we have a set of rules in place for those things? I mean, we say it in council, the next group comes by, they don't have a clue, or some people move. I agree that, yeah, I'm happy that they're able to do it, but should we follow up with something?
Descriptions.
It is?
Yeah, it's there.
The only
She
thing I
just needs
guess,
the proper equipment to do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
When we did this with
Yeah.
Baldwin for Aaron and then the other
Mhm.
one, it just separated the
Okay.
systems.
So what we need is already in place, and I know that they're supposed to work, with each other, but now we're talking about Square Deed system and some other systems that I just want to
Yeah,
be sure.
council approved the Square D stuff a
Yeah.
while back before our,
Yeah.
special event, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
had a way
Right,
to.
so we would have a
Absolutely.
device to
Yeah.
use.
and on
Thank
this
you.
matter, can I ask, like, if, on the, say it's vice versa, if Erin is off,
Mhm.
is, Lisa able to take payments for her? Because I know that's a whole different system, that's why we can't use the same thing.
No,
And, because that was part of
Sure,
the
absolutely.
contract or whatever.
that was
we-
part of it, but the biggest problem that you're running into right now is, even when, because here recently I had, since Jake's been on, I had him, get in contact with RCIC. They will not certify her. Unless you change, because her job title's water clerk. I mean, you can't be, there's no reason for you to, I mean.
Have access to
Even though
those, yeah.
she's a backup, but that's just it, it's a backup, they said they don't wanna do it, I mean, I could have him call and see again and try again, but as far as I know, they've said no.
I think that we should pursue it.
And she said she's not gonna do it anyway.
Oh, that's,
Whoa, I missed that.
hold on.
Say that one more time.
She says she don't wanna do it.
Lisa?
Yes,
Oh, boy.
I think we need a conversation.
Yeah.
I think that's a personnel conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I mean.
Okay.
Wow. Quite a bit of money we paid for that to work through.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're still on the Square D, let's get back to Square D, everybody's good with that, call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yeah,
Jennifer Wiehe, Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick, Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And you also received copies of the revenue status and the appropriations. And I think that's all I have. That's Bob's got those. I gave them to
Oh.
Bob. I printed them all for him.
Okay.
Something I do have is Gage from Hamilton County sent a flyer to do with composting. They have bins on sale, so I made a copy for everybody if you want to take one and pass them around.
Thank you.
That's different from the recycling, that is, you know, where you use the compost.
It's okay. You're okay. I'm trying to read it.
Last meeting, you approved the employment of these two officers, but we need the
Amendments in place.
paperwork to go with it.
I make a motion that the rules be suspended, said ordinance be read 3 times by title only and declared an emergency.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Dan Fuller, second by Pam.
Mhm.
Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byas,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
First reading, a resolution approving the appointment of full-time patrol officer Jamal Brown Senior for the Village of Addyston Police Department. Second reading, a resolution I think the approving. right one. Please. This is not the right one.
There's two
Oh,
of
yeah,
them.
there's
Two.
You
Yeah,
didn't get the
there's
rest?
two.
I'm sorry.
He's
That-
actually on the right one.
That,
He didn't
he's
even
on
do
the
that.
right one. I thought I passed him down. I'm sorry.
Okay, wait a minute, wrong name.
Second reading, a resolution approving the appointment of full-time patrol officer Jamal Brown Senior for the Village of Addyston Police Department. Third reading, a resolution approving the appointment of full-time patrol officer Jamal Brown Senior for the Village of Addyston Police Department.
Make a motion we adopt as read.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Ann Pillow. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byas,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then I have a resolution approving the appointment of Keith Dow as a part-time patrol officer for the Village of Addiston Police Department.
I make a motion that the rules be suspended, said ordinance be read 3 times by title only and declared an emergency.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion?
In section 1, it says, to the position of a full-time officer, but isn't he part-time?
It's part-time.
Yeah, in
Bob-
section 1, it
Bob
says
can make-
full-time.
It's part-time. Bob will
Okay.
make the correction and send
Okay.
it to me
Change that.
Okay,
before the mayor and I sign it.
okay.
All right, call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byas,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Nay.
nay,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
I'm sorry, sometimes when my head's down, I don't hear you
She's all
guys
right.
clearly.
First reading, a resolution approving the appointment of Keith Dow as a part-time patrol officer for the Village of Addiston Police Department. Second reading, a resolution approving the appointment of Keith Dow as a part-time patrol officer for the Village of Addiston Police Department. Third reading, a resolution approving the appointment of Keith Dow as a part-time patrol officer for the Village of Addiston Police Department.
I'll make a motion that the resolution be approved as read.
I'll second it.
Motion by Ann Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion?
Yeah, Bob, it's also in the language too, down here. It says full-time,
At the bottom?
like section 1.
Yeah, it's okay. Right.
Yeah, that's where she,
I'll fix that.
Yeah, that one and somewhere else. I thought I saw it.
Call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Kathy Byas,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
The first one will be number 10, and the second one will be number, you know what, no, I'm wrong on that, because these are resolutions. I will have to email you the number. But this doesn't, that seems too high for resolutions, we don't have that many. And I didn't
That's all
bring
I
that
have,
down.
Your Honor.
Thanks, Bob. All right. Before moving on, I would like to talk to council about, I met with Katie from the school district, and I actually had Margret go along with me and invited her to the meeting as well. It was a pretty fruitful meeting. Crossroads was also in attendance at this meeting. It was last week. I believe that was on Friday we went. So anyway, Joe from Crossroads would like to get more community involvement going. He had mentioned that he would like to work with 3 to 4 homes to beautify the outdoor spaces and exterior. So basically, they would identify some needy families that are in need of something like that, and it's important that whatever families that they choose, that they have the ability and desire to maintain the work done in the future on said properties. And Thursdays in June, they still plan on doing picnic in the park, and those events are at the VFW shelter that they call the picnic at the park. And then, August 8th, they also have the Three Rivers Ready Fest, which is a Go Mobile event, and Addyston VFW is one of the locations for that one as well. And yeah, that'll be August 8th, and they hand out school supplies, resources, possibly food, refreshments, and activities for that day. And also we discussed here for our community, and what they would like to do is they would love to have a hub where Jacket Cares and other local churches, nonprofits could utilize the space on a regular basis to reach community and students and members of Addyston. This would be used for mentoring, tutoring, student club activities, nonprofit services, etc. And also they talked about doing a basketball league, Crossroads starting Saturday hoops or something along that lines. It'd be a youth recreational basketball league. The group felt that if they could eventually really help cut down the vandalism in the area by getting a hold of some of these kids, giving them something else to do, and their presence of just being there, you know. So they wanted to start that. And what I mean by hub, they were looking at our firehouse, because I said, you know, honestly, with that middle room and kitchen never being used, I don't see why the council would have any issues with them using that as a central hub for those activities we're talking about, like if they need to do after school mentoring, tutoring, or anything like that, they would have a location. They'd be at the park. So this could be 2-3 days a week or less. It depends on what activities are going on and what they see is best fit for our kids here. Now with that being said, also they mentioned to me from, Joe from Crossroads mentioned with the considerable amount of donations they've been getting, because I told him, I said, you know, it's kind of run down a bit. He said that it's a good possibility they'd be able to use that money to revamp our bathrooms, to remodel the bathrooms there, and maybe even possibly put a floor in the middle, if we allowed them to use it to basically like a community center for the kids and
I think
needy
it's a great idea.
families.
I think it's a great idea, yeah.
So all I'd need is the okay from council.
So we basically pay the expenses, but they're gonna fix it up and just, we're gonna allow them to,
Utilize it, yeah.
as far as the.
To me, I
heating
feel like that's a
there.
benefit.
Right, I do too.
I mean, you know, as far as charging them rent and stuff like that, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't, just because if they're doing us a favor and getting these kids off and doing what they're doing,
Right.
that's payment.
It's
That's
for.
payment
Even
enough,
if they
yeah.
don't fix it up.
Right.
And plus, if they fix up our bathrooms and spruce the place up, I think that's a good deal.
But they said they actually have people they work with who,
Mhm.
you know, they'll
That's what I
have
was
come in
getting
and.
to
yeah.
next. So basically, Joe did mention that Crossroads has what they call an odd job team. And not only would they have them do that, they also, a part of the community, they also can assist with like vulnerable, needy families with simple construction projects in their homes if they're not able to do it. So it's about identifying them and helping them out as well. So as long as council's okay with it, I'd love to
Yeah.
get with them again.
Partner
And
with them.
Yeah. I would make a motion that we partner with Crossroads to allow
It's Crossroads and the school.
And the school.
Jacket Cares, basically.
Yeah.
Jacket Cares.
Jacket Cares to utilize our firehouses, just the section in the middle.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the section in the middle,
I'll
because I mean, really, they
second that.
don't need a whole lot.
Yeah.
Motion by Pam, second by Dan. Any more discussions or?
We'll obviously need to have a contract drawn up at some point, once we meet
Yeah,
a few times.
once we actually do it, they wanna check the space, see exactly what they can do. They wanna get the feel of the community.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the other thing I wanted to mention, and so they are gonna be part of our, I know that's on your thing probably,
Uh,
but they're gonna be part of our We Thrive event. They want a booth there to sort of have a survey to
Yeah.
get a
I'm-
feel for the kids.
I get a little confused between Crossroads and who's at the middle school.
That is Crossroads.
That is,
Mhm.
okay, who's on 128?
That's Whitewater.
Whitewater.
White Cross.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, thanks. I
yeah,
appreciate
Crossroads
it.
is at the middle school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Middle school.
so,
So, yeah.
I mean, it
think
really
that's a
sounds
great
good what they were kids.
Right, with somebody's housing.
Yes, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yeah.
Kathy Byess.
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Absolutely.
Pam Jackson.
Yes, yay.
All right.
It's really great that someone is,
Yes, that
Taking the
someone's
time
willing
out.
to take the time to do
we
that.
need some help.
These kids need.
Well, they really showed a real care for the community on a whole. It wasn't just like selected stuff.
Yeah, because they
It was
actually do this
everything.
in Cleves too, so it's not like they're just here in Addison, that's it.
That's great.
But they said, you know, the reason they want to start focusing in Addison so much is they realize that some of these kids aren't joining these clubs after school or whatever because they don't have rides. And with the distance from, like Cleves kids, a lot of those Cleves kids in the neighborhood, they could walk
They may not
there.
even have the funds to do the sporting stuff either. Addison kids.
Exactly. So there's a lot of areas that can help these kids out and get them rolling in some activities and things. All right, that's all I have for now. If you guys don't care, so I can get with the fire department's report before going to committees, if you'd like to.
Good evening.
How you doing?
With yourself. Captain Yanko with Miami Township Fire Department for March's report. For the month of March, there was one fire detail in the village of Addyston, 29 EMS details. We flip the page through there, the fire details for a open burn, so nothing too significant, so that's a good thing. To the right there on page 3, a few significant fire responses that went on. One was the event in Lawrenceburg with the casino, chimney fire, and brush fire in Green Township. That was fairly significant. EMS details, 29 in the village. Pie graph there is going to show what the nature of the detail was. On the right side of the chart there, a few highlights that went on with the EMS division, ranging from training to expiring drugs to pre-hospital care meetings with the hospital staff that we deal with, and helping out some local folks. So kind of a wide variety of things going on there this month. Page 5 is total Miami Township EMS runs for all 3 villages in the township. 154 for the month, so good amount. When the sun starts coming out, the numbers tend to start going up. Next page, code enforcement. All the inspections have been signed for the spring, so you'll start seeing the folks, all the businesses checking the safety of the businesses. That's starting back up. Hydrants, Nick Dimmel was out, he did the hydrants, it was last week. So all the hydrants down here have been checked, but they'll be in the other villages in the township here in the next couple of weeks. Again, on page 7, staffing for the month, where our patients were transported to. We already spoke on the hydrants there. There is a few take homes there. Maintain the distance around the hydrants if you can. 3 feet is code. So if there's any, a lot of times people like to hide the hydrants with landscaping and shrubs. So if you see any of that, maybe educate people to cut that back. We had a few people become ATOs, the ATO class. That's to run our tower. Confined space training went on. We had a few folks who are working on becoming a fire truck driver versus the latter. So when the weather breaks, it's easier to get out and do those things. So that's exciting. As you may know, Chief Matt Schumann is in place. He started last week. He will be around at some point for drop in.
Actual introductions, yeah.
Correct.
That's what we're waiting on.
He's a little busy, but he'll be around, so that's a good thing. He started last week. And your last 2 pages are your summary reports for your fire and EMS details of where the units responded to. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Good seeing everybody.
Always.
Okay. I will head back. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
No problem.
We'll go back to committees, Dan.
Thanks, Mear. I just want to thank you guys for your continued prayers and thoughts as I go from one operation to another. Been doing all right.
Well, you're here right now.
I'm here, that's the bottom line, and I thank you guys for that. I kind of getting back in the saddle, but I do want to put together a street committee meeting. I wanted to do that before I left.
It's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes,
Huh?
you have.
It's already scheduled for tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, you scheduled that.
Yeah,
last-
oh boy, look at me.
You already had it.
Let me look, see what else I have. Okay?
That was pre-surgery.
Yeah,
I forgot about
I did
it
that
already.
pre, so, okay, thanks a lot, so we're all set for that. I'll see you guys, tomorrow at,
2.
okay. At what time?
2.
2 o'clock.
2, that's good. Thank you very much, Mayor, that's all I have at this
All right,
time.
thanks, Dan.
No, we had to postpone our meeting, so we're gonna reschedule.
All right, Kathy?
I don't have much. I know that when they were checking the fire hydrants, some of the, I didn't know they were doing it and the water was dirty. Is there any way we can get like a call? I mean, I don't know how to,
They had it on the bill and we sent it out on our newsletter.
I probably
Did
just
you
missed
see
that
it?
part of it. But yeah.
Well, when they
They
did
didn't
the
even flush
testing,
them, did they?
No, they
They
weren't.
just opened them.
It's just open to check it, does it work, shut it, good, this one works, move
Yeah, it
on.
discolored a lot of
And
people's
with-
waters.
I had dirty
With
water
the-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with our water system that we have in place, it's terrible, so, yeah.
Yeah,
But they
called all
do
mine up.
have a flushing coming up, but it was on the bill.
Yeah, see, the flushing is coming up at the end of this month, so that should
let me
actually
write that
take
down.
anything
It's
else
the
out.
26th.
Is it the
I
26th?
think
Yeah,
so.
that letter went out too. Gotta read it.
She can do a call.
I can still
command.
do that,
Yeah.
yeah, and, you know,
The only thing I don't like is when you do your laundry and that water's
It's-
dirty, it ruins your
Yeah.
laundry.
even though I put a whole house filter on.
Yeah.
It keeps
Uh,
the
we have one
sediments
too.
out of there, but still doesn't keep the color.
Yeah,
It went up, clogged every one little container in the
yeah.
top of the faucets. Had to undo them all and it
Yeah.
all come out, boy, like buckets,
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah.
But,
That's it. That's all I can say.
Thanks, Kathy.
yeah,
Uh,
so something.
Miss Ann?
Yes. I put notes at everybody's station. First thing I have is the memorial bricks. I talked to the guy today, Bruce Hoffman out at, I didn't write his name, write the company down. I wrote his name, but didn't write the company. Anyway, I told him we have probably 50 to 60 bricks to update or to add. Cost per brick is $18. That's the price he's given us. He said they're actually up to 22, but he will finish ours for 18 each.
Good deal.
And we can have 14 spaces per line. 14 spaces per line, and we get 2 lines per bricks. I believe that we have a supply of bricks, and I want to ask Dustin to bring down 610 bricks so we can compare with the ones that are out there to make sure we are going to match up. And he says all he needs is the order along with the picture of the current bricks and our brick supply delivered, and it'll take him about 3 weeks to do the engraving. So if this is satisfactory with everybody, then, or as soon as it is, then I'll be able to contact him. If you guys want a copy of the list of bricks that we have to be replaced, I'll be glad to give you those so you can review them. And Margaret, I need the ones that I was.
I know, I'm working on it, believe me, I am. I can
think that's
give
a
you
great
what I
idea,
got,
but-
and then maybe you can look at it and see if there's anything different.
I think it's a great idea that everybody get a chance to look at the list that we have and make sure, take a second look.
Yeah, so.
Another 7 pair of eyes that Ann did not miss anybody.
I'll have to make copies and I guess stick them in your box. I don't want to even try to send it by email.
Right.
And
So,
who's gonna install these bricks?
oh, that's the next question.
Okay.
Will our maintenance department be able to install these bricks? That's who did them before, was maintenance.
Well, if that's who did it before, then we do it again.
I think parks and.
I mean,
playground
it's
people
just
will be able to
bricks on top of
Yeah.
sand, it's
Sand,
compacted, so I mean,
Yeah, we just have to take them out, even them up where they're sinking.
yeah.
And,
I mean, yeah, that's,
A little more
if we're
sand.
taking them all out to even it up, and then, yeah, that is definitely a project.
It is. I
I
think the
mean,
old folks. would
People
have-
gotta understand,
Yeah.
2 guys,
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing. We just need to pick a time that we can really just focus on it, get it done. So make sure all the bricks are ready to go before we
Yeah.
even start doing something like that.
Yeah.
So just coordinate with, if we know it's already set here, you know, we need, you know.
like I said, we got lots of hands that can get in there and help.
Yeah,
We just gotta get a little bit of sand and put new sand.
make sure
down
it's the right
underneath them.
sand too.
So, we know that from the point, whenever we take them out there, it's gonna take them 3 weeks to get them back, so.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll just coordinate it, we'll be fine.
So it'll be maintenance with the old folks.
Ann, I have a question.
You wanna join us?
No. On my research, what I've got, I will give that to you, and
Okay.
if it's off a little bit, you know, I'm gonna give you what I went back through and looked at recs, you know, like in foul jackets and that. So I'll give you what I got.
Okay, and I don't have any people for the other side at this point. I think, Pam, did you tell me you wanted to get something for the village? So, but so far I don't have any forms, I'll have to leave forms with Aaron for that.
And I might look also, just remind you that getting another brick. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, now the next thing is racist sign. Okay, I contacted Barron Sales, the company that made Ray's sign, which was vandalized. They can redo the original sign in a double-sided aluminum insert for $135. I asked him if he had other materials that could be used to replace the sign, and he has 3/4 inch thick PVC to use as a sign material. It'll cost $215 to make the sign, and we'll have the frame that they have will will have to be adapted to fit that sign. So I told him I would bring this to council with the quotes, and if we would let him know what we want to do. So I'm asking council, what do you want to do?
How much is the labor, did he tell you how much they charge for labor?
He couldn't give me a price for the labor at this time until they come down and try to fit it in. That was my understanding.
I mean, the PVC is gonna break quicker than aluminum's gonna break.
Right,
So they'll just break that right now, so I don't see no reason to do the 215.
right.
What was over there? Wasn't that wasn't
That was-
aluminum?
that
It was
aluminum.
double-sided aluminum.
It
It
was?
was aluminum, yeah.
I mean, when they're throwing rocks at it, they're gonna destroy it.
Well, I mean, even them metal signs.
Even the other one, they would destroy it.
Yeah.
Now, is this, one question, I don't know if you can answer it, Miss Ann, is that three-quarter inch thick PVC? Like, is it solid? This ain't, that's just straight up solid three-quarter
I
inch
don't think that's
PVC?
solid.
'Cause
I
if
think
that
it'd be worse
is-
than what we had.
Doesn't
That's
matter,
thick.
till it gets cold and they hit it with a rock, it's gonna bust it
I
right
don't
now.
have four-quarter PVC at my house.
I mean, either one, they've already broke the aluminum, so it's not like it can't happen if it's aluminum.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna break whatever they can,
Here's,
period.
here's
point
my
blank.
observation. I don't care what we put up in the park.
There's a welder away.
The bottom line is being able to identify the people who are doing it so we don't have to deal with that person again. PVC, they'll bring their spray can,
Right.
they'll bring knives, hatchets, fork, whatever they need.
Yeah.
Until we get cameras over there, we don't have any proof of who's doing it. It's
Exactly.
just word of mouth, but you
Yeah,
can't,
we
that's.
really have to,
Yeah,
focus on that. Yeah, I guess we could talk about that at some other time,
Yeah.
how that's gonna affect getting a camera in the area, and may have had.
Yeah, it seems like the double aluminum then was the strongest.
It was, yeah, double aluminum, but when you looked at the actual material
It
itself,
didn't
it
look
looked like
like
it had a slate or a very hard material
Yeah,
in between
something.
those two.
Right, it looked different to me.
Sign.
I mean, I've seen them throwing rocks at it and hitting it, and I
Mhm.
yelled at them, but you know, you usually get cussed out when you yell at them, so,
That's a
a
fact.
few choice words.
You guys are
Mhm.
I would do aluminum.
the, yeah.
Well, if you guys want to, I mean, it seems like the easiest way to get that done real quick is the aluminum, because they don't have to redo anything else.
Right.
Just fit it back in.
Yeah, I'm with Danny, whatever they done it with before, that wasn't aluminum. That
Yeah, I
was
don't
something
think so.
else.
You don't think that was aluminum?
Don't
It
say-
had different, it was like a fiberglass type material.
If it, yeah, attached to either side with the aluminum sign on either side.
Now
It
that
broke, I don't know aluminum that this breaks
Right.
like that.
It was just
But now we have
fiberglass.
police that are out second shift, third, you know, we're gonna have that, so we will have
You had
people
to have-
watching.
You probably had to have somebody standing on the sign.
Right, on top of the basketball hoop or something,
Yeah, maybe.
with a switch.
So what does council wish to do?
I'll make the motion that we, sounds like the aluminum double-sided.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Kathy Byess. Any further discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yeah.
Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah,
While we're talking about cameras over there, with the cameras that we're gonna be putting in, is there a camera in the park?
Just the deer can.
One.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are on these sheets.
Oh, no, I did contact him though, and I'm waiting for him to get back with me, because he's supposed to, get back down here and start work, so,
So when he does it, will there be
yes.
coverage in the park?
Well, as far as right now, we can't get one all the way down into the park until you guys run electric all the way into the park. But however, the camera that he chose to put on the top of the second pole can actually zoom in, and also has where you can move it in certain areas if you got problem areas. So he chose something there that we can zoom into over where we need to. We just need to run the electric to the top of the pole.
so if we get the one pole fixed over there that didn't get fixed before the.
They
last
finally
year's
called
event,
me today,
will that help us to at least see the basketball court and that
Yeah,
area?
so if that one's fixed, we can actually have him put one there as well.
Yeah, and then as you enter it, it's just some sections where you won't be able to cover.
The back part, you wouldn't be able to cover from right there.
I mean, honestly, I'd like to see that pole with another pole ran down like we did already. And have that electric drop in and run one down as far as we can run it down.
Right, makes sense.
I,
You only run them 100 feet
That's fine.
overhead. You got every 100 feet you can go with the electric poles. If not, you can do it underground, I guess.
I talked to Joe Wickman doing the Easter egg hunt. They have cameras
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
installed.
pointed in our direction.
Yeah.
I wondered if we could ask them to review their cameras. They may have picked up on that.
Where that sign's at is facing
have.
that direction.
I thought the last time I asked, they weren't somebody, I don't know who, it was, they wasn't running yet.
Oh, they just
They
have,
probably
like, they
missed
don't have
that,
them running yet.
some of that event. Those,
Well, they put
Previous.
theirs up because of the homeless people destroying everything, but it will shine over to the basketball court. And not only that, we're talking about putting something where we can like see it. Why can't we approach them about putting a camera from the village on their roof and heading it over that way? Until everything gets where we need, I'm sure that they would allow
The
us.
basketball court's not that far away.
No, it's right there.
It would it's
Yeah.
high enough that it would, the building is, that it would probably
Mhm.
scan out
You would go right off
until,
that top
we
corner.
get poles and everything
Yeah.
in place, and
Right.
it may not require as much as like a double pole or something like that in the interim, in the
Mhm.
meantime. I'm pretty sure they would probably allow us to do it, because it would help them too. They're
Yeah.
having such a problem
Yeah,
with people destroying things around there.
yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, I mean,
And-
I
and
don't see
they're
where
the-
that's an issue, as long as the VFW lets us put it up there, because he can, since we have internet access at the firehouse, he can shoot it from one down to the other. So we should be fine on that.
I mean, the system they put in is through what is it,
AT&T.
Yeah, and then, and they'll be able to, like, their different officers will be able to monitor it from, like, their camera, their phones, and,
Could we possibly see when theirs was put up,
yeah.
and if we might still be able
Why
to
don't
get
we, somebody make a motion and contact them and ask them, and then, we can send them something official they can read at their meeting.
Okay.
An official, like their
Or I can
meeting,
attend the meeting and ask him.
well, their meeting is usually on our council night.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why,
That's probably why I can't.
yeah,
And it might be nice if somebody goes and looks at those cameras and see how they're working. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
pointing
I'm
to
sure,
anybody.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
that they would do that,
Yeah.
Like
And like I said, they really are interested in trying to help us, because
Sure.
in the long run, it's gonna help them too.
Especially with their shelter being
Yeah.
hit.
It seems like they go from our park to the shelter,
well, they do, because I watched
you know?
them
Yeah.
when I was over there recently,
Mhm.
and was talked to like I was their friend, or,
Like a 15-year-old
yeah,
teenager.
a 14-year-old talking to me like I was whatever, but that's where they headed, over to the
Oh.
shelter.
Mhm.
I don't know if all of you know it, but we did get the claim check
Sure.
from them, but Lisa, the girl from the insurance company, said that if we do have the documentation where there's the incident report, and if we have any leads on who caused the damage, they would like to know so they can do an investigation too.
I have 3 names that I've been trying to
Yeah.
get to council for a month.
Yeah, so
I
I mean,
don't know.
I think that if they have the staff and the ability to reach out and,
Yep.
Does Jake have that information? The
Yeah,
chief?
I don't know.
I did ask,
if we
I
can
asked the
do
chief
this,
if he had a
You know,
report.
in a public meeting with juveniles
No.
involved, Bob, that's the reason
No.
I've never
You can't say the name.
mentioned
Right.
any names, so I.
We can do it to the chief, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah, but, Yeah.
reminders, you can't.
Yeah,
But I do wanted you to know that I followed through. We did make
Absolutely.
the claim, we did get the check, we just have to come up with, or add our 1,000 deductible to it.
And you know, the sad thing is if they figure out this is who did it, these families probably are never gonna pay.
No?
I mean,
yeah, you're
they don't
right.
have the
We
money.
all grew up.
One of
in
the kids
Addyston.
told me.
You did it? You
Yeah.
He just walked up to me and said,
Yeah.
yeah,
I did it.
I did it. And then he said, you know, he said, yeah. I said, was there somebody else? Yeah, it was so-and-so. Like, wow. But anyway,
Oh, wow.
I will give this to Mayor, Bob, whoever needs this, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have two young ladies, yeah, absolutely. I have two young ladies that Linda was supposed to send me their names because they were in the middle of trying to damage some of our adult swings. But I have to find that, in the end, it didn't damage them, but they were attempting to really do damage to them. They got halfway through their destruction before somebody showed up and said, hey, what are you doing? And they got talked to like, you
Like
ain't
we
my-
all got talked.
Probably
you
the
ain't
same-
my mama.
Probably the same 14-year-old.
You ain't my
Did you
mama.
need
So, yeah, thank you.
It's kids around this.
Okay.
Anything else?
They call all these social workers.
Can we keep moving?
Back in the day, they have some respect.
Oh, okay.
Did you have anything else to
Oh,
say? And I
yes.
think you have one more.
We also had a police committee meeting. We discussed the shifts our police would work and what the budget allows. It appears our budget allows for 3 full-time officers, including the chief. The schedule that Chief Tenbrink presented in a previous meeting were reviewed. The committee recommends that the police work 8-hour shifts with 3 full-time along with up to 6 part-timers at this time. The committee recommends that a monthly schedule be provided to council so we know who is working and when. And new hires receipt for the uniforms and equipment given to them at the time of hire that they're hired. And a copy of that receipt should be given to Margret for her records as well. And also give council a copy of the training schedule for new hires so we know where they are. Keep us up to date on their progress and when they're gonna be ready. And we also reviewed and discussed the employment agreement for police to sign for reimbursement to village for certain items. The current statement from 2004, includes on page 2, paragraph B, psychological, polygraph, and medical expenses. So those are included, and I know that's, the council has been saying, you wanna make sure those things are covered. So they are in that agreement. We may need to refresh the agreement, but the one that we have that is active at that time does include those items. So that's where we are and what we discussed, if there's anything else. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Miss Ann. Al?
I've got what a couple contractors for the specs for the little outbuilding down there, the parks. I'm just waiting on them to get back to me, so.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
got some specs to go off of to figure out some kind of price.
Yeah.
You're talking about the
I-
shelter?
Shelter, yeah,
Mhm.
outbuilding shelter, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I'm still working too. I have one set of a price, but it doesn't give me
The
the
specs.
hall specs. Looks
Well, that's
good.
what I asked them for, the specs and the price at the same time. so
Yeah,
That way they'll give me
absolutely.
all of it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I've been working on that, but other than that, nope, that's all I got.
Thanks, Al. Pam?
We did have a special events, We Thrive / whatever you wanna call it, meeting. And we went over, I did provide, I know that you guys were not here for some of this, but, all the events, and we was trying to find the old events, how we did this in order, since we had our break time of having this event. We finally got to, I think the times are right on this one, when we started in the end. So if you can take a look at it, all of our memories, so we can, remember from 2018 how we did this, but I think this one is current. It talks about the staging area. We tried to list all the things that we need, the food wise, and who so far is on here that's going to participate in the event. We've got a lot of people that's coming on board with, which is great. That's interested along, since the mayor went to that meeting and those people are trying to get involved with this too, that's wonderful. And then we talked about advertising and then, stuff that we need the maintenance department to set up for us. And just, the event schedule. I think we're on track, just waiting on the letters that went out. The mayor took care of that to see what kind of,
What's coming back around?
donations that we get, and then we can set a meeting to determine where we're at with that. And we did have a few ideas. I know I need to get a hold of Children's Hospital. One of the ladies from We Thrive did mention that there are helmets that are available to go through them and get them. We need some larger sizes. Those are really small, the ones we got in here. And I don't think we need as many as we've gotten years past. I'm not sure how many they're going to give out, but we'll take what they've got if they're bigger sizes. And I know at one time it's been so long ago, when we first started the We Thrive events, we had t-shirts and stuff. I think of the older crew still has those, but we do have some new members, so I didn't know if that's something we wanted to look into for the other members, so they have it also. And then we talked about maybe this year getting some type of signage for these people that are, their booths, like We Thrive, whatever, more professional. I know we made them up, we've had things, or they brought their own, but, and then also, like for an Addyston We Thrive sign.
Where you at?
Anything else that was, anybody was there, remember, that I forgot?
No, but looking at the food, you think you ought to increase the amount of food since we've reached out
Yeah.
and we've got more people that are planning on
Yeah.
participating.
I know in the past we did
Yeah,
have
that's
some
why I
left over,
said
but now that
we
we've got
might
all these other people
Count of three.
coming to help us out, we may want to increase, like you're saying, that amount. In the past, this is what we did. So I don't know if we should go up 50, 100.
It'll be an easy fix. because
Yeah.
I'd
we
go
can
at least
Get the
100.
Kroger's and back.
Well, I
And we
thought that-
have done that in the past. I
Yeah.
remember making
Yeah.
those
But Al
runs.
can get it at cost.
Yeah.
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 It's
Well, you
just-
figure you got Crossroads, they're talking about maybe having, or they said they was interested, you got the school that's interested.
And if they bring their people, I mean, it's like, okay, this could get a lot bigger than it already is.
I mean, I can get 500 hot dogs, 500 buns, whatever,
It's like, what should we up it to, is the
300
question.
chips, whatever, it doesn't matter. It just all depends on what you guys wanna get.
I guess it's something to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah, because did we have two, they could get two?
Two per person, so you
Two
count
per
two per person, so if you're going so many people over, you wanna take two per person.
yeah, that's why it's 200 actually, so
So that would be for 200
400
people.
is what we're saying, so if we up it to 5,
Mhm.
that's only, yeah,
Okay.
50, yeah, it's like, what do you do? That'd only be, if we did it,
That'd be
it's 50 more.
250.
So, just trying to make sure that we have enough.
So,
We have to watch, I can already say, because Kroger's has those, what is it, Bar, is that the brand? Bar S? And they
Yeah.
have those occasionally for 99 cents a pound.
Yeah, 99 cent per pound is gone. You know, you
Yeah.
usually hear me rave about that
Yeah.
more.
No more 99-cent
Have a
hot
private
dogs.
pack. But, yeah,
No kinds, but they tell me those are pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. Roasted.
If they're grilled, I don't,
Yeah.
but I really like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cons girl.
yeah,
Cons
I
is
get
definitely
these
my
in a pretty
favorite.
$3.99 a pack.
long pack.
yeah.
So
I
I
was
guess
gonna
just
try,
adjust it, what, for 300 people?
yeah, is that what we're looking at,
Think-
300?
Because it's 200 right now,
I think I
300
get
people would
packs
be
of
fair.
50 at a time. We can
You're
make great
speaking
big
about
packs.
going to where
Restaurant
your
Depot.
distributor,
Restaurant Depot. Or Cisco, either one.
where everything would have been included in one bill,
Right,
one invoice.
one invoice.
So do we think we should go up 100 or 50?
I'd say 100,
I'd go higher.
150.
So, do 500 hot dogs, 500 buns, and then do 250
I'd do
bags
300.
of chips.
I'd do 300 chips.
300.
Because you do have another event coming up.
That you
Yeah.
can use them for.
Maybe, yeah, as I said, if we've got something else.
Mhm.
That's what we did in the past. If we had
Yeah.
leftovers, we'd use it for if the kids
Right,
got
so
together
we're
or
gonna
something like
pretend that
that.
we're healthy and eat sun chips instead of potato chips.
Yeah.
We thought that would be better than.
We thought that might be
For We
appropriate.
Drive.
And all them
We said
health-
that for the benefit of We Thrive.
Yeah, and all them healthy
If
parts.
you guys decide to get different types of chips, honestly,
Yeah.
whatever.
We'll just make
Or
sure
we
if they
could get
show
us-
up, they'll get the sun chips.
Or we get an assortment of chips
Oh, my God.
We're trying to stay healthy
With the hot dogs.
with hot dogs.
with our hot dogs. Maybe we should have chicken dogs.
Yeah. Turkey hot dogs.
Probably turn back to you.
Something different. Other than
Turkey
that,
dogs.
just the little items we need. I think everything's coming along. We'll meet as soon, we'll allow a little bit longer for like donations to come in.
Usually it takes 4 to 6 weeks.
So then we'll meet and see what we've got. And
I'm hoping
No,
it looks
no.
like past donation lists. I did find the folder with donation lists yesterday when I was doing my taxes.
I think I found the old one too. I don't know if it's the same one, but I did find the donation list too. And one of,
So I'm hoping some of those same people will just sort of
Are
pick
you,
back up.
who you looking at for doing the signs? Because you'll need a PO for that.
we haven't.
Do
I mean,
what?
I would say somebody we've already got.
Trey is-
Trey does it pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's who we used for, you know who we used the last time for? Yeah, I thought so.
Or do I need a PO for the,
Party in the park too.
sign
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Get them out
I
there
wanted
pretty
to show you
soon.
what I
Yeah, and
done
then,
upstairs about 2 years ago.
Right, and then the mailer, when it gets a little closer.
Yeah, oh yeah, we definitely want to send out a
The mailer,
flyer.
and then we figured of
Next
putting it on the
month.
sign, maybe was it May 1st? I think that's what it said, May
Yeah,
1st.
May 1st.
So it's
A
ahead
month
of time,
ahead
it
of
gives a
time,
whole
yeah.
month to
Yeah.
let it know it's coming back out here.
Because it's coming around faster than we
Right.
realize.
We gotta get them sized up for the party in the park too, pretty soon to get it out in the community
Yeah.
as well at the same time. That
Right.
way
Want to hear back from
Everybody
them
gets
now.
to know about it.
Right.
What's going on.
In this
So that's
meeting,
it.
did you guys talk about like fall prevention for the elderly or whatever? For the
Yeah.
We Thrive?
That's what,
I'm gonna talk to Jody up at work, the therapy director, and see if any of them would like to volunteer to come down and do that, so, I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
with the county.
Yeah, I don't know if
Right.
their company will let them, or
Yeah,
they
the,
can just do it as something they wanna do, you know what I mean?
right.
So,
Talk about the We Thrive, they're gonna have a table and do certain things, and
Mhm.
one of the things they talked about
Fall
was the
prevention.
fall prevention and the childcare.
childcare.
And then Hamilton County with Gage with the recycling. I mean, there's quite a few different ones on here. They're gonna do their own thing, but that's some of the things that they're doing, which we didn't have this in the past, which is great. I know We Thrive was here, but I can't remember what they did, except for maybe just some informational. Yeah.
They kind of showed up and
Yeah,
Observe.
watched what went on.
well, we
made
did,
posts.
so it looks like this time coming back,
This
we're
time they're
coming back
actually getting
strong.
involved.
For some reason, I just feel like that they're focused on us because we're doing things that,
Yeah,
That make them look
yeah,
good.
we're active.
yeah, we're active, right.
Yeah.
They get pictures out of it.
Yeah, so we're trying to make this more health and whatever, like it's
Yeah,
intended to be.
remember tomorrow is countywide We Thrive Day. Get your pictures
Right.
out there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I did look on their website, I do see some of the pictures I sent in. And it
Wear your
was
shirt,
at
shirt
the,
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We Thrive. We tried to find a good sign, but a lot of our signs are faded, our We Thrive signs.
Yeah.
So I don't know where we could get a good sign to stand by.
They should be
put
giving
them
us,
down there by
send them a picture of
by the
your
bridge.
walking thing, pass out there at
Yeah,
sign.
I guess we could do that too.
That one's still pretty
Yeah, cause
colorful.
don't you, there's some stuff that's on the website, something, not the website, but something you uploaded. No, the mayor had something.
No, I built my own website.
Yeah, what was that called?
Weebly?
Addyston
Weebly?
We Thrive at .weebly.com.
Yeah, so
You'll
we should
find
probably-
everything from 2019 back to 2013.
Pull a few things off of that maybe,
Yeah.
along with some new stuff.
So,
I need that, thanks for reminding me again. I gotta sign back into that.
Somebody go walk
Put the new
down
date in.
the walkway in the park and take a picture.
Yeah, Yeah, we have to do that by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day
Tomorrow's
they
the
want
day.
that. They
16th, yeah.
Oh,
want you to send it in
yeah,
so they can put it on their website.
Well, if you can get on there, you can take any of the pictures off there if you want.
yeah. Yeah.
Because that one still has like all of us in there for the
I don't even
most
remember
part.
how to get
I
onto that.
think the lady,
Addyston,
the photographer, what is her name?
Please?
The photographer's name?
I'll get with you
I
right
won't
after.
forget that name.
Hollis,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll get
Yeah,
with you right after the
I
meeting.
directed her to
That's-
that
that's
as
all I had.
well. Site.
All right, thanks, Pam.
You're welcome.
Council, if you don't mind, or we have an audience member, did you want to address council?
Yes, ma'am, if I could, I just need about 5 minutes of your time. If I could request, I just had the opportunity to meet Officer Margret, if he could be allowed to step out, just because the nature of what I was gonna talk about is police related, and I didn't want to.
This is open to public, so he can stay here, anybody
Okay,
can.
that's fine, I just.
This is an open public meeting.
Sure, no problem. For those of you, in case nobody remembers me, my name is Eric Wiehe. I applied and was accepted into the Addyston Police Department, and was sworn in October 9th of last year. I was subsequently dismissed on November 23rd, 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving. Just to give you a little bit of background, some of you I had an opportunity to meet, some of you I didn't. I have over 22 years of law enforcement experience. My wife is currently a captain at the Cincinnati Police Department. She has over 17. When I met with Mayor Mear and the former Chief Martinson and met for the interview, I explained to them that I was looking, due to the extensive nature of my experience, I wasn't looking for a fly-by-night thing, which it seems like Addyston has quite a bit of turnover. I was looking at something that I believe I made mention that I was looking for a home, someplace to finish my career. Prior to my swearing in on October 9th, I met with Chief Martinson. With several phone conversations, we talked, and he kind of explained to me what he wanted me to do when I started with the village of Addyston. And that was, as a safety director, he stated that he wasn't very up to speed on police procedure as far as compliance and different standards. My wife, and I hate to keep mentioning her because she would love me, but she spent 4 years over the compliance and standards section of the police department. Her entire job was to go over and make sure that the department members, command staff, and civilian members were compliant with not only state regulations, but the procedure manual. So former Chief Martinson wanted me to come in, and his directive for me was, I'd like you to come in and do a unofficial audit of the police department as far as how it relates to state standards and the procedure manual. Let me know if there's any deficiencies, where we were good, where we were bad, and what changes we needed to make. So I spent considerable amount of time going over basically the entire audit of the police department. And the Addyston Police Department has some very good things, and then they have some areas where they could do some improvement. Some of those areas of improvement are very, very minor on a scale of 1 to 10. Others of those areas of improvement could technically justify losing the state certification for your police department. When I met with former Chief Martinson and we sat down and went over that, I believe we had sent several emails to the mayor letting her know that we needed to meet with the security group, I guess, that there were some deficiencies that needed to be addressed right away in order to make sure that to minimize the liability for the village and the community. I didn't have very much opportunity to present those to the council, but I did meet with the chief daily, where we went over the areas that needed to be improved and the areas where, something as simple as providing tourniquets for police officers, which tourniquets are $7 a piece. And all of the things that we went over were not beneficial for me. They weren't, designed to make me look good. They're designed to minimize liability for the village, not only for legal issues, but personal safety issues for the officers and anybody in the village that lives here. Something as simple as providing, not providing tourniquets at $7 a piece. If you have an officer who responds to a severe car crash and he has the ability to save a life by applying a tourniquet, but he doesn't have one, that's very bad in the media to say that, an officer had the ability to save a life and didn't do it. Same thing with AEDs. I put in a requisition request for an AED, just to have one here in the building. Everybody knows what those are. Everybody knows the importance of having them available to you. Long story short, evidently during a city council meeting that happened on, I believe it was November 20th, 21st, the former chief became very, very adamant that he did not want to be a part of the Addyston Police Department anymore. And when we stepped out for the time, him and I talked, and I tried to get him to stay. I tried to tell him, look, these issues can be fixed. There's nothing that's terminal, but it's going to take time. And his response to me was, well, Addyston has a very poor reputation as far as their police department. I can't afford to get fired by the police. So he surrendered his resignation actually during that meeting. We left. The following day is when the village met with Hamilton County, Major Kettleman, I believe was his name. There was extensive conversation between the county and the village, which I wasn't privy to. We left the following day and we were off for Thanksgiving. When I came back over Thanksgiving, I talked with former Chief Martinson and said, come in Monday after you're off and you've had time to think. We'll go over all the things that we need to do and how we can put a proposal together or whatever to keep everybody in transparency of what needs to be done, what's important and what's not. He said, no, I have no interest in staying. I said, think about it over the weekend. Call me if you decide to come in on Monday and we'll have this meeting. Well, obviously he didn't call me, and I came in Monday to start my shift, and I received a phone call from this gentleman here telling me that I was dismissed. And I said, I was dismissed? And he said, yes, the city council voted that your services were no longer needed. Now, I wasn't told or informed of if I had done anything wrong. Everything that I had done was a directive by the police chief at the time, and I received nothing in the mail. Bob told me, he said, I don't mean to be disrespectful, just use your first name. He said that, the council had voted and that you didn't want my services anymore. And I guess the question that I have is, and you obviously don't have to answer it, is why? What did I do, or did I do anything? And the only reason for surgery, I actually stopped by the mayor's house when I had my sling on. I don't know if you remember that.
I didn't remember that.
Happy holidays. I'm starting to look for employment again, and questions are being raised as to when I updated my resume to say that I started with the village of Addyston on October 9th and ended November 22nd, I believe it was. And I don't have an answer for that. Now, obviously, the police department wants to know extensively about your background, your job performance, and your history, and they're asking a question that I can't answer. It just looks really, really horrible that I started with a small village and that I lasted a little over 5 weeks and then was dismissed. So my request would be that if you could, just take time to send me a letter or something that I can show future employers, just to say that this is why I was let go. You don't have to do
I go
that.
by with whatever my law director says.
You won't receive a letter. You're in probationary status,
Okay.
and they can terminate that probationary period at any time, set forth right in the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay.
And
Just a
you
quick
did get an email from me.
I did not.
You did, because I sent it to you.
Well, if you send it to me, you send somewhere else, because I didn't get it. If I did, I wouldn't be here. I understand about the 90-day, or the probation. It says that you could be suggested to go to full-time after your probation. It also says that you can be terminated anytime during the probation for a disciplinary reason, and that disciplinary reason has to be given to you in writing.
No.
I'm just making a request because it says it right here. All I want to do is be able to tell a future employer, whether it's you didn't like the way I looked, you didn't like the former chief, I don't know. All I know is that everything that I did, the chief was constantly, I have emails from him almost every other day saying that I was doing a great job, he appreciated it, and that the village is gonna be great. We're gonna make it, the police department, great.
Do you still have our badge?
No, I turned that in the day I left.
You turned that in to Chief Martinson?
Yes. No, I didn't turn it in Chief Martinson, I put it on Chief Martinson's desk. Chief Martinson was not here. Chief Martinson put in his resignation, I believe, on November 22nd or 21st. My first day back was the following weekend, or following week on Monday, where I received your phone call. So I took all of my personal items out of the office. I left my uniform that was in there, my gun belt and everything in there, and laid my badge on his desk. So I don't have, other than my personal notes that I have of the different problems and things that I was looking into and how to solve them, I don't have any village property. So that's just a request. Again, it's not, like I said, everything I did was to minimize liability and help grow the police department in the village. There was no ill will. I don't know if there was some animosity between the village and the former police chief.
No, his resignation was because of his medical reasons.
That's what he said.
That's what he submitted.
I understand. I had the conversation with him when he walked in and turned it in, and I told him that he should stay. And he put the reasons that he put, and that's completely his
His
prerogative.
official reason, though, is official reason
Because
on
of his daughter.
record. And that's what it'll be.
Okay, well, I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to take your time up, I'm not trying to be argumentative, I'm just looking to move forward with my life and my career. And this is a question that, you know, it's not like I'm trying to come back to the police department, I'm not. If for whatever reason, we didn't vibe, I understand, that's fine. You know, I understand the importance of that. I'm just asking for something that I can be able to tell a future employer if they ask me why I lasted 5 weeks. Because as of right now, I have absolutely no idea.
Isn't Ohio an at-will state? They can just,
It is, but
It is.
we can give you a copy of your ordinance or resolution that appointed you,
Okay.
and you can just hand that to them, because it says it right in there.
Well, the interviews, most of the ones that I've started to do are over the phone initially, because I sent resumes and it shows what I'm gonna end up doing is just taking my employment off of Addyston unless I have a reason to tell.
That's fine, it's up to you.
So, again, I just asked out of common courtesy, because I came here with the best intent to make the village police department better. I actually turned down 2 employers to come here for Chief Martinson because of what he wanted to do and the mission that he wanted me to do. So, I'm just asking for common courtesy, that's all. So, that's all I needed. All right?
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else come before council, I would make a motion to adjourn.
I just have one thing.
Oh,
There
sorry.
is for Officer Martin, somebody called me, there's a car up on First Street that has been parked there for a very long time, has expired tags on it, it's a black SUV. The tags have been expired over a year and it's still sitting on the street.
Yes, ma'am. I can address that if you'd like, or, is that all right?
Yeah.
So I spoke with Chief Timbrink about it, because he was saying that our project was to start towing the abandoned vehicles, and he said that when he spoke with the BMV, there's a legal process that we have to go through to get abandoned vehicles condemned, I guess, for lack of a better term, which we've started.
That's for vehicles on properties, I think.
Right,
she's
this is
meaning.
on a
This
public
on a
street.
public street, you can,
This is
deal with
just what I
that
was told,
immediately.
so,
Yeah,
If
no, you're
the-
fine.
If the tags are expired, you can't have it towed, I mean.
Yeah, you
you
can.
can, and it's, from what our understanding was, the BMV wants affidavits and.
He's working on
letterhead sent
something so
down.
that the,
Okay.
basically what he's talking about is so that these tow companies don't get stuck with the car if the person
Oh.
says, well, I don't want the car, it's your problem.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we're aware that we've cited it several times, and we've started the process, and I'm waiting on the chief's word to execute. But,
Okay.
hope that
I'll
answers.
let them know. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm done.
Okay.
That's all I look back at.
State my message. Make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dan, seconded by Al, that we adjourn. Call for the vote.
Ann Hillo,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe, Kathy Byess,
Yay.
Ann Hillo,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.